Hey guys, Super7 here, back again with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Thundercats Ultimates Mira Lion-O, Lord of the Thundercats, or in this case, not Lord of the Thundercats, because this is yet again another variant of that sneaky little bastard Mumm-Ra, the ever decrepit, skinny, and decaying. Not ever living Mumm-Ra, because well, I kind of feel like this is a nerf to that, but at any rate, this of course is brought to us by the fine folks over at Super7, as well as my good buddy Evil Villain. Click the link in the description below and give him a follow over on ye old Instagram. While you're at it, let him know Overlord sent you. But as always, don't be a jerk, because nobody likes a jerk, do they? That said, we got a lot to talk about this figure because, well, there's a lot to talk about with this figure. No other way to spin it. So, why don't we cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review and take a look-see at all Mira Lion-O has to offer in terms of accessories, starting off with the most quintessential grip hands a Lion-O figure can have. And that is a pair of these bad boys with the hinge that goes up and down. Look at that. Awesome. You get two of them in the box. That is fantastic. You also get, first time for a male character maybe, some punching hands. Which are always nice, because sometimes Lion-O likes to throw down in the pit. And then of course, because he is a putty tat, no putty tat can be complete without a pair of claw hands. And that's your lot for hands until we talk about the claw shields. So we have both a closed and open claw shield. So this one is a fist, this one is a claw. That's why they call it the claw shield after all. These have pegs, like Mumm-Ra, who we looked at the other day. That one was just a slip-on. These actually have the pegs in there. I was not successful on getting this into Mumm-Ra's arm, but I also didn't heat it up, so maybe do that at your own risk. Could warp the peg hole there. That said, he also comes with this guy, which is kind of cool because it's like a grapple hook. It does kind of spin in there. But this is a bendy wire, so you can pose it. I wouldn't go crazy. I wouldn't probably straighten it out all the way, but you can pose the claw shooting out of the claw shield. So that's pretty cool. I dig that. That's different. I haven't seen that before. Again, has a peg in it, just like the other two. He also has the claw shield you can hang on his belt. I've actually been using this on my standard Lion-O because I've had this accessory for quite some time, along with this one. Evil Villain sent me those way back, either early this year or late last year. So I've been using those quite frequently. That said, he does also have a little dagger of omens, so you can port that in there if you want. Then take it out like so. I'm actually going to put this back on my standard Lion-O here, so if you'll bear with me for a moment. Just gotta give it a little twist and a little push, and it goes right on. I don't know why people are snapping the little waist peg on these, but I haven't had that problem, thankfully. Knock on wood, it stays that way, but that is that. So of course we get a full sword of omens. There's no Lion-O's complete without one. As well as the stoic Lion-O head, which is what I have on the other one, but I think I'm going to swap out the roaring head. And by the way, no, these heads are not interchangeable with the older Lion-O because these are hollowed out more to give you more articulation. The other one is pretty solid. The hair is also not as soft on that old Lion-O. So there you go. That is all he comes with, which that's a pretty solid spread of accessories, if I do say so myself. Why don't we take a closer look at the man in question, Mira Lion-O, because he is on the new pinless Lion-O body buck. for this line. There is a Target kind of first to market exclusive, whatever you want to call it, Lion-O that uses these parts. I heard a lot of people busting the legs on that figure. I will tell you, this guy's legs are no picnic to move. They bend about this far. And then straightening them out, I swear I gotta use 2 hands. And this is after heating it. Same with the other side. That's not that easy either. It's like you can definitely hear it. I may need to put a little bit of soap in there, because I had the same issue with is it Jaga? Yaga? Yaga. His left knee was tight like a bastard, and I didn't want to mess it up. So I did put a little bit of soap in there to kind of help loosen it up. But as far as the rest of his articulation goes, his head is on a double ball peg. Plenty of range out of that. He can look up okay. He can look down a little bit. He can tilt side to side. Shoulders will go out about yay far. You probably go more than that if you turn them and do this whole thing and then turn them back maybe, but that's as far as I can get him. It will rotate forward and back. He's got a bicep swivel. Single jointed elbow. Not a lot of rotation there. It feels like it's keyed or something. And then the wrists, of course, will swivel and hinge. Then as far as Zap Crunch goes, it's a little loose right here. But it does bend back okay. It does bend forward okay. It's kind of squeaky. Again, it's kind of loose towards the neutral point, but it's not terrible. I've had way worse. G.I. Joe Classified, I'm looking at you. It's got a waist twist. Hips will kick out to the side about this far before you start bumping into stuff. He will kick forward and back. Hips are a little loose too. He's got a thigh swivel. He's got a swivel below the knee. I'm not going to bend the knees again. He's got a boot cut. And then a hinge in the foot with a rocker joint and peg holes at the bottom of the feet in case you want to throw them on a stand. So very, very nice figure. I like it a lot, but it does have its shortcomings. Tightness in some places and looseness in others is never what you want on a figure. I would prefer the whole thing be tight, or, you know, the whole thing be ready to rock out the box is what I always say. That's my preferred preference for joints and anything really when it comes to figures. And this guy, while he is good, he's not like a floppy mess or anything. He's got looseness in some places, and he's got tightness in some places. And I'm just going to say, heat it up if it doesn't move, and hashtag don't break your toys. We push that a lot here at the Overlord Productions channel, because a lot of you guys are still doing it. What's wrong with you? So, with that being said, it's time now that we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is good old, or in this case, not so good, Mirror Lion-O, the not Lord of the Thundercats, alongside the original Super 7 Lion-O, Lord of the Thundercats, from Wave 1 of this Thundercats Ultimates line, complete with pins, which, I'll admit, these are pretty big and gaudy pins on this older Lion-O figure. I don't mind pin joints too much. I could take them or leave them, as long as the stuff ain't loose. And as you can see, he is rocking that claw shield that hangs off the belt without the mini Sword of Omens or Dagger of Omens in it, because I've had him like that for some time. Debating on using the hands from this new Mirror Lion-O on this old one, because they are a little tighter, but I don't want to stretch the ports out too much. They really don't. I did swap them on there already, but yeah, I'm on the fence about that. That said, we also have a Thundercat of new, to go with our Thundercat of old. We have Tigra, who, like Mirror Lion-O, also pinless. Not sure if they share any parts or anything. I wouldn't be surprised if they do. But at any rate, there you go. There are the two. Are they brothers in the original series? I know they were in the 2011 series, but the older Rankin Bass one I'm not 100% sure on, so getting these two out of here. I also will say this older Lionel has a better kind of roaring head. Doesn't look like he's trying to squeeze out a fat shit or something. That said, moving on to our two regulars, we have the Mythic Legion's brother Mandibulus. There. And the infamous 11 Spawn, who, as usual, well, actually, even with his crazy sideways swept hair, I'm still trying to figure out what's going on there. Good old Al Simmons here, still taller than Mirror Lion-O, not Lord of the Thundercats. So with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and aside from the joints being a little tight for my taste, again, I was able to fix that with ye old hair dryer, hashtag don't break your toys. I really like this version of good old Lion-O, Lord of the Thundercats, despite the fact it's not regular Lion-O with the, I'll say, better body buck. It's still a solid figure. That said, I am still on the fence about that new Target exclusive, well, carded, we'll say, first to market at Target version of Lion-O that uses this pinless body, but I am a bit weary since people are breaking the legs off, so I don't know about all that, but again, I always advocate to heat up your stuff if it doesn't move. Don't just crank on it like a savage, or you're gonna start breaking stuff, and nobody likes to break their toys. Nobody! So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, catch you guys later.